standing up. And then we'll kind of make our way down from there. So easier for you to see. I've been doing some qigong practices, which are super cool. It's kind of like a variation of Tai Chi, but it kind of works really well with yoga. So we're going to start with one of those practices to help wake up the spine, and also kind of in the legs and the hips here, and just get the energy and the chi, as they call it in qigong, moving through the body with the breath. So find a comfortable place to stand. Feet are about hip width distance apart, maybe a little bit more, just so you can kind of be comfortable and broad in your stance. And we'll still root down through those four corners of your feet and pull up through the arches. And just spread your toes. So we try to avoid gripping in the toes, right? We really want to root in those corners of the feet. And then when you make it here, put a little bend in your knees just so you're loose. We don't want to be like locking any joints, right? Standing super stiff. We just want to be a little loose. So just that tiny bend in your knees. And then we're going to, I'm going to face this so you can kind of see how my body moves. But we're going to take a deep breath in, just standing. So inhaling through the nose. And then we'll exhale through the mouth and start to kind of send the hips back, kind of dragging the chin forward until we come into a fold, releasing the head and neck. And then on that inhale, we'll roll back up the spine, kind of propelling the hips forward, and let the head and the neck be the last thing to rise. So we exhale. Start to hinge forward at the hips, maybe deepen that bend in the knees a little. Releasing the head and neck into this fold, and just letting the arms fall. And then inhaling, coming all the way back up. And just continue here. And notice how you kind of want to hold on in the arms those first two rounds. And then just begin to let the arms and the shoulders kind of fall and melt when you fold down. And then just drag back up as you inhale, rolling up the spine, sending the hips forward. So imagine here that we're truly riding the wave of our breath. Close the eyes if they aren't already closed, and just see that inner self, that truth within you, moving up and down the spine with this wave. Maybe you feel that energy moving into the hips and maybe all the way down the legs as you start to loosen up a little bit more as you do this. We'll go for 2 more cycles, and then we'll just meet back at standing. And once the head comes back up to neutral, just keep the eyes closed, pausing here, and just noticing what you notice. Feel the breath traveling like that wave down the spine, nourishing your roots, that connection to the earth. Your inhales, you're pulling that nourishment back up through the crown of the head again. The exhale just waterfalls back down. And imagine as those exhales wash over you, it's cleansing you of the old maybe any stale thoughts or feelings in the body or the mind, and releasing them down through the soles of your feet so the earth can compost those things, revitalize them. And when you inhale, you pull that new, fresh energy back up. Notice if you're clenching anywhere, if the knees have kind of locked, if you can put that little bend there. Notice the shoulders, the sides of the neck, the jaw, that space between the eyebrows. Feel the belly expanding on that inhale as you pull that energy up. The belly button drawing in towards the spine on the exhale, squeezing out anything that isn't serving you anymore. The next time that you inhale, let it float the arms out and up when you feel the breath reach where the fingertips are. So really gaze in and feel the breath trickling up the legs into the hips. And when it reaches that point of your fingertips, let it rise the arms up overhead. And on the exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep those arms back out and up again when you feel the breath reach the heart space. And on the exhale, bring your hands to that space between the eyebrows or your third eye. Take another inhale, feel the breath travel all the way up to the space between the eyebrows. And just reach that prayer hands back overhead. Take a full breath in and out here, arms up, receiving. And then the next time you exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Take a full breath in and out of the heart space here, and maybe you set an intention for your practice. Maybe you make a commitment to try and experience this connection of the sky above you and the earth below you, this intertwining of energy, revitalizing you as it flows in and out of the body. The next time you inhale, sweep the arms back out and up. You can gently flicker the eyes open now. And on the exhale, we're going to sweep the fingertips down as we bend into the knees. So we're sending the hips back, kind of like we're coming into a chair pose, but we're going to bring hands to hips. And so, or hands to thighs rather, not hips. And shift your weight kind of a little bit more onto your heels. Spread those toes out again and pull the shoulders back away from your ears. So when we come here, if the core is not engaged or the belly is just soft, then the tail kind of sticks out, right? And the belly just kind of propels forward. So engage the core so spine can be long and the tail is kind of pointing downward here. And we're leading with our heart. So when we roll the shoulders down and back, the chest is lifted, right? And moving forward. But again, we don't have this huge arch in the low back. So from here, we're just going to start to draw some circles with our hips. So you can see I'm kind of just moving around here, tucking the tailbone in when I come forward, and then pulling it out again when I go back. And close the eyes here. And find a connection to your breath, like you're like stirring a pot of water here. Nourishing those hip flexors and beginning to feel the strength of your legs here. And then change the direction of that rotation. Notice if you start to clench in the shoulders again, or even in the fingers or the elbows. We'll meet back at center and pause. Find that place that's just right for you. Core is engaged, right? We realign our body. And then sweep the arms up for your chair pose. Take a deep breath in and out through the nose, relaxing the shoulders, shifting weight onto heels. And then the next time you inhale, just stand all the way up, reach up tall, open the arms out wide. Feel this opening in the chest, the pectoral muscles. And then as you exhale, bring arms back up, sink back down into your chair. Inhale, stand up, open the arms out wide, leading with your heart, but keeping that engagement of the core. So not a huge arch in the low back, just lifting in the chest. And then exhale, chair pose. 2 more times. When you sink back into your chair, take another deep inhale and exhale, forward fold. Now, when you make it into your fold, you may want to heel toe your feet a little closer together so they are more like hip width distance apart. And put a little bend in your knees again. And when you put that bend in your knees, you really feel how the hips can go a little bit higher. Crown of the head can kind of shoot forward a little more. Pull shoulders down and back again. So it's almost like a flat back, but we are kind of tilted down. Take a deep inhale, and then when you exhale, just let the spine round. Let head and neck go. Let arms be heavy. And take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Take a few more breaths just like that, imagining how those vibrations are radiating through the body, continuing to move that old or stale energy out of you. And those fresh inhales after that open mouth exhale is inviting the new. Take one more deep breath in and out right here. And then come back up onto your finger pads. Pull shoulders down and back again. Shift your weight a little bit more now onto the balls of your feet. So heels are still on the floor, but you can feel more pressure on the balls of your feet. And then on your inhale, you're going to bend the knees a lot and lift the heart like you're squatting down. And then exhale, straighten the legs and fold. And we'll continue this, breathing in and out through the nose. And maybe these first few times when you exhale and fold, the legs don't go all the way straight, right? We're pumping out the hamstrings here, preparing. Notice if the belly is soft, and take that gentle engagement of your core again to help elongate your spine. So you can really have this flat back when you bend into the knees. And then you draw the belly button in when you fold, allowing you to go a little deeper. The next time you fold down, just pause there on that exhale. And then begin to walk your hands a little bit farther forward so you can plant them down, and walking your feet back until you come into your downward facing dog. Once you make it there, really spread those fingers out wide, root down into the base of the index finger and the thumb. Roll the shoulders down and back like the tips of your shoulder blades are moving up towards your hips. Hips are going high, belly is scooped back. And here, maybe you bend the knees, maybe you walk your dog, right? Do whatever feels right to you here. Maybe the movement is exaggerated, maybe it's really small and isolated. Just allow this new energy that you're inviting in to begin also inviting some fluid movement as an expression of you and you alone. Take 2 more deep breaths in your down dog wherever you are. And then inhale forward to your plank pose. Once you make it to plank, make any adjustments in your feet here so you can really press through the heels. Belly button is pulled in. Shoulders are pulling back still, so you're leading with your heart. And then the next time you inhale, just lift that right leg up off the mat. Keep pressing through the right heel so that leg stays engaged. Take 2 more breaths right here. In and out through the nose, keeping that energy in. And then release the right foot down and inhale, lift the left. Take some deep breaths right here. One more big breath in, and on that exhale, release the left foot down. Take a big inhale and exhale back to your down dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then release the knees down, coming into your tabletop. And begin a cat-cow flow here. Inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the chest. Exhale, pressing the mat away and curling. And really ride that wave of your breath again here. Closing the eyes. Feeling the spine coming alive. And imagining all these little channels of energy coming off of the spine, flowing through the whole body, all the way to the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, revitalizing you. The next time you pass through center and your tabletop, just pause there, and then start to draw some circles with your hips again here. Find a connection to your breath again if it's kind of lost its way. And change the direction of those rotations. Head can be heavy here, or you can keep it extended up. And then we'll meet back at center. And once you make it there, really spread the toes out wide and begin to send your hips back towards your heels. So you're sitting on the heels. Feel this big stretch in the back of your feet. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. Close the eyes and breathe deeply here, in and out through the nose. Using that Ujjayi breath, that soft whisper sound in the back of the throat on your inhales and exhales. Again, on those exhalations, you're pulling the belly button in, squeezing any of that tension, that staleness out of the body. And if at any point you want to lift up for a moment and then come back down, give yourself permission to do that. And notice if you're holding in the shoulders, if they're kind of up by your ears, or even the low back. We tend to compensate in the low back here. So really engage the core and feel that stability in your spine. Take one more big breath in and out right here. And then slowly begin to make your way back into your tabletop. Untuck the toes and tap out the tops of your feet on your mat. Just let the feet really be loose here as you tap them out. Bring the circulation back in. Yeah. And then from here, we're going to swing the legs around, coming onto our bum. Move the flesh out there. And bring the soles of your feet down on the mat and your hands back behind your thighs. Once you make it here, take a deep breath in, pull up from your root, from the base of your spine, lengthening up through the crown, leading with your heart. So again, we're super stable here. We're not taking this huge arch in the back, right? Really long spine, but chest is lifted. And then once you're there, begin to recline back until you really feel the core engage, right? So you can't not have your core engaged, or you're going to put a lot of tension on your low back. And then reach the arms out in front of you. Like you're receiving, arms are open, hands, palms facing up towards the sky. The next time you inhale, lift that right leg up, and exhale, lower it down. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, lower it down. 2 more times here. Inhale, right leg. Exhale down. Inhale, left. And exhale down. 1 more. Feeling this really isolated engagement of the core, right? And just noticing what happens when you lift the leg. Take a deep breath in right here, and then on the exhale, just bring your hands in front of your knees, round the spine for a moment. Maybe you rock side to side. Just take a moment to let the spine decompress before we come back into it. And then slowly begin to roll back up as you lift the head, realign here, right? Pull belly button in. Got a lot of length. Extend the arms back out. And then on the exhale, start to recline back again until the core is super, super engaged. And then from here, we'll come into our boat pose. So maybe you walk the feet a little closer in together, pin the knees together. And you can stay right here. If this feels like enough for you, stay right there. If you want to come up more, lift the feet. You can keep the knees bent, or you can extend the legs out. Give yourself what you need, but really pull those shoulders back, closing the space between your shoulder blades so we don't get this kind of rounding, right? If we do this, we don't really have to engage the core that much. So we want to lengthen. Take some deep breaths in and out right here. Two more inhales and exhales. Take another big breath in. And then on that exhale, release the feet down, bringing soles of the feet together. Knees come out wide apart. So butterfly wings here. Bring your hands to your ankles and take a deep breath in, lengthening up again. And then begin on the exhale to hinge forward at your hips. So keeping that flat back when you start to fold forward. So we lengthen up and then we hinge, right? So my spine stays long instead of just kind of releasing into it. Pause when you start to feel some resistance there. Pull shoulders back again, realign, and then just kind of rock side to side. And you're using your hands on your ankles here to help brace you or keep you in this little bit of a fold. Let the head and the neck kind of flow with the body as you rock side to side. Again, we're almost stirring that pot in the hips here, releasing that tension there. Releasing tension in the low back as we do this. We'll meet back at center. Take a deep breath in, find a little bit more length. You're sending the hips back, crown of the head forward. And then as you exhale, just begin to fold as you can. I like to bring my fingertips around my toes and my elbows to the outsides of my shins to help kind of pull myself forward to find a little bit more length before I surrender into the fold and just let the spine round now. Let head and neck go. Let the space between the shoulder blades open up again. And take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Two more deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then on your inhale, just slowly begin to roll back up the spine. And extend the legs out long in front of you, tap out the knees. Once you make it here, we'll take a seated twist, and then we'll come back up to standing. So we're going to cross the left foot over the right knee, and we're planting this left foot down on the outside of your right knee. So just bring your hands to this left shin, and on your inhale, again, we're pulling that energy up. So we're lengthening, core engages, heart lifts. And then hug your right arm around your left knee, lift left arm up. Gaze up at that left thumb. Take another deep breath in to find a little more length, sit a little taller. And as you exhale, melt the shoulders down and follow that left hand all the way back for your twist. Take another deep breath in, find a little more length. And then as you exhale, bend that left elbow so it helps kind of facilitate this twisting open towards the left. Draw the belly button in. Keep that right foot flexing up towards the sky. So really firm in your hips here and really feeling this twist in the back of the heart space or that thoracic region of your spine. When you pull the belly button in on that exhale, we're kind of wringing out the organs of any toxins, right? Again, that stale energy that needs to be moved through us so we can invite the new. The next time you inhale, just slowly begin to untwist, coming back to center, and then extend that left leg back out to meet the right. Once you make it there, we'll start to make our way to the other side. So bend that right knee, planting the foot on the outside of the left leg. Bring your hands to your shin here. Inhale, lengthen up. Engage the core, and then wrap that left arm around the right knee. Reach right arm up. Take another deep breath in, lengthen, and as you exhale and relax the shoulders, follow those right fingertips back for your twist. Keep flexing through that left foot. Take another inhale, find a little more length, and as you exhale, bend into that right elbow to help kind of facilitate this opening towards the right again. Drawing the belly button in on those exhales and expanding and lifting on the inhales. One more deep breath in and out on this side. And then slowly on the next inhale, just unwinding, coming back to center. Once you make it there, extend the legs out long again. And then we'll swing the legs around when you feel ready, coming back into our tabletop. Spread the fingers, tuck the toes, and on your exhale, send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Really pull shoulders down and back, and notice if you can find a little more length here, melting the heart a little deeper, lifting the hips a little higher. Imagine you've opened up space in the spine. Take 2 more deep breaths in your down dog in stillness or in movement. Give yourself what you need. And then from here, look between your hands and begin to tiptoe your feet forward until you come back into that forward fold. On your inhale, come up into your halfway lift, flat back, press hands into thighs, lengthen, and then exhale, fold down again. Inhale, sweep the arms back out and up, reach up tall, and exhale, separate the arms and fold back down. Inhale, half lift, flat back again, and exhale, fold down. Once you make it back to your fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to plank. Once you make it to your plank, bring your right hand underneath your face or a little bit farther in front of your face, and then start to come onto the side of that right foot for your side plank. Now, if you want to do this supported, you can release that right knee down like a kickstand, right, and come up like this. We're going to lift that left arm up, or if you're coming into the full side plank, we're stacking our feet here and then lifting left arm up. Core is engaged. Keep lifting those hips high. One more deep breath in. Gaze can be ahead, down, or up at the left thumb. And then the next time you exhale, release that left hand back down. Come back into your plank. Take a deep breath in and out there, resetting. And then bring left hand underneath your face and begin to shift over to the left. Either coming into that supported side plank or lifted. Reach right arm up. Keep engaging the core. Lift the hips a little higher. One more full breath in and out. And then release that right hand down. Come back into your plank. Once you make it there, take a deep breath in. Exhale back, down dog. Take a full breath in and out and down dog again. And then from here, we'll inhale forward to plank and exhale lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog or your cobra. And if you come into an up dog where the legs are lifted, just release them down and start to just roll down the spine until you've released all the way to the floor. Once you make it here, you want to keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread those fingers out wide. If you're feeling a lot of tension in your low back, you can separate your feet, right? If not, bring the feet together so those big toes are touching. From here, pull shoulders back, engage the core so you feel the pelvis press into the earth. And then on an inhale, lift up into like a baby cobra and lift the hands. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, ride that wave up the spine, lifting the hands, and then exhale down. So we're really engaging the core, those muscles in the back. Just continue here. Notice if when you do this, you start to clench in the glutes. See if you can let go in the legs completely and just really isolate this to the back body. Leading with your heart, but really engaging there. The next time you lower down, just pause. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let everything soften. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands out off of the mat onto our finger pads, so elbows are going up towards the sky. Once you make it there, take a deep breath in and lift the torso up, so you're leading with your heart. And then here we'll start to draw some figure eights with the torso. Just let the head and the neck be heavy here and just kind of sway with the body. Keep the core engaged. The hands are really just here to brace you, right? But you're lifting up. Really rotate the head around with the body. Feel this freedom there now. Moving any of that staleness out. Releasing anything that maybe got stuck when you were isolating that engagement of those back muscles. Take a few more breaths here, letting this grow. Close the eyes and just feel these waves of movement happening. And then meet back at center, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just lower all the way down, extend the arms out beside you like airplane wings. You can release one cheek down, or you can have the forehead down and bend your knees and just windshield wiper your hips back and your feet back and forth. Take some big belly breaths into the earth. Maybe an exhale falls out of the mouth. And then from here, we have a couple of options. So the first option is to keep the knees bent and start to prepare for a bow pose. Or if so, bow is reaching back for your heels and inhale, lifting up. That was a really poor bow pose, but you get the idea. Or you can you can prepare for a locust pose where you extend the arms back or forward, and on your inhale, you lift up in this way. If you want to take this a little gentler, you can come into a sphinx pose. So coming onto your forearms, right? Planting the hands down and really lengthening through the chest, pressing pelvis down, pulling up through the elbows. So those are the three options. So yogi's choice here for this final back bend. So take your time finding that place. If you are coming into bow, try and keep the knees about hip width distance apart. Flex the feet, and then on the inhale, we're pressing the heels into the hands as we lift the chest up. We're trying to get as much of the body off of the mat as we can, so it's really just hip points touching here. Take some deep breaths in and out, and wherever you are, you may feel this kind of rocking. As you inhale, you rock up, and as you exhale, You rock back down, massaging those organs again. 2 more deep breaths wherever you are. And the next time you exhale, just lower all the way down. Once you make it there, release the arms down beside you and take that shifting in your hips again. Windshield wipering the legs to let go in the low back. Maybe you let another exhale fall out of the mouth. One more deep breath in and out there. And then we're going to extend the arms back out like airplane wings. And from here, you're going to bring the left knee up. So keep that right leg where it is, but now we're bringing the left knee up so it's in line with the hip. So coming into our half frog pose. And if you want, if this doesn't feel like a whole lot of a stretch, if you want to take it deeper, you can bring something to put underneath the knee so it lifts it a little higher and opens up the hip a little more. So find that if you'd like it, or just take this passive stretch. And start to take in those deep belly breaths again, really pressing into the earth on that inhale and drawing in on the exhale. And imagine you're just opening the door of this left hip here, letting all of that pool of water that we've been stirring and cultivating, that energy that's fresh and new, is now just flowing down the left leg and up the left side of the body. And if you want to take a little twist here in the neck, you can turn your gaze to the right, so bringing the left cheek down to the floor. Notice if you're clenching in the shoulders, and just let the heart melt into the earth. Feel everything softening here. Take one more deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then just begin to extend that left leg back to meet the right. Realign yourself on the mat here. And then when you feel ready, start to make your way to the other side. So you bring that right hip up. I'm going to bring myself around here. So we bring that right hip out, knee in line with the hip. Arms extended out like airplane wings. And come back to those belly breaths here, letting everything soften. Maybe you turn that opposite cheek down for this little twist in the cervical spine. Feel the beat of your heart connecting with that rhythm and pulse of the earth. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just a couple more breaths right here. And then slowly begin extending that right leg back to meet the left. Bring your hands in underneath your shoulders again. Tuck your toes under and exhale back to downward facing dog. Take some deep breaths in your down dog, final down dog of the practice. Maybe you take movement, maybe stillness. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. And then release your knees out wide apart, big toes together, and sink back into a child's pose. Let the forehead rest on the mat. Reach forward with your fingertips. Scoop the lowest low belly back so we have a lot of length in the spine here. And then walk your hands over to the right corner of your mat, bringing left hand on top of the right for this big stretch in the left side body, really pressing that left hip down. Breathe into this expansion in the ribs. Take a few more deep breaths here. I'm sorry. And then slowly begin to walk yourself back in through center. And exhale, walk over towards the right, placing that right hand on top of the left. Pressing right hip down and breathing into the side body here. Maybe you let an exhale fall out of the mouth. And then slowly begin to make your way back to center. Take a big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, a lot of length in the spine. And then slowly start to just walk the torso up until you're in this kneeling position. And once you make it into this kneeling, find your blanket or pillow or whatever it is that you are using, and find a seat on that blanket. And once you make it there, move the flesh out. And we're going to extend the legs out into a V shape. And when you make it there, make some adjustments in your seat. We're coming to kind of the edge of that blanket. And put a little bend in your knees to start so that you can really lengthen up. So we're pulling belly button in, again, rooting the hips down, flexing the feet up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, maybe you begin to straighten those legs out a little bit more. So from here, we'll take a deep breath in, lengthen the arms up overhead, and then on your exhale, begin to hinge forward at the hips, releasing fingertips down to the floor. Now, notice you may start to round in your spine here, right? Really press through those heels, active. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, pull shoulders down and back. Exhale, draw the belly button in, walk a little deeper into your fold. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown. And exhale, walk a little deeper into your fold. Inhale, lengthen one more time. And then exhale, surrender and bow. Let the head and neck be heavy. Let the elbows get heavy. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you want to grab on to your big toes with your peace fingers for this fold, feel free to do so, or you can just let the arms rest out in front of you. Give yourself what you need. Feel everything softening as you close the eyes and breathe here. Let the breath travel to those areas of physical sensation and release them. Feel the spine decompressing here. Feel this opening in the inner thigh muscles. And just allow each exhale to melt you a little bit deeper. Take 2 more deep breaths in and out right here. Maybe those exhales fall out of the mouth. And then slowly begin to roll yourself back up. Let the head and neck be the last thing to rise. And just pause here for a moment. Take a few easy breaths in and out. Let the legs be soft now. Belly is soft, and just notice what's happening in the body. Maybe you come back to that intention or that commitment to feeling that connection within you from everything around you to the earth beneath you. And just breathe that in for a couple more moments here. And then slowly just start to bring the legs back in together. And from here, we'll come to lie down on our backs. And once you make it onto your back, bring the knees up over your hips, really flexing toes up towards the sky. And so here you may notice, right, that there's a part of the back that is lifted up off of the mat. We want to protect the low back here from this lift. So we engage the core, press the whole spine down into the earth. So you're super rooted and connected there. Walk shoulder blades in and down so you can't slide anything underneath. This is how you can know your core is engaged here. And then bring your hands to the front of your thighs. Press your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands. And now really feel that engagement start to happen. Take a few big breaths right here, in and out through the nose. Then the next time you inhale, extend that right leg out and let it hover. Exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, extend left leg. And exhale, pull it back in. And only extend it out or as low. We're continuing on each side now with your breath. Inhale out. And exhale in. So that that lowest low back never lifts up off of the mat. So if that means you just come to about here, then that's fine, right? Or maybe you can come all the way down to let it hover closer to the floor. Give yourself what is right for your body, but we're really protecting the low back here, engaging all of these muscles in the core and the torso. Keep moving and breathing, relaxing the shoulders, unclenching wherever you can. Just really, again, isolating this movement to your center. Cultivating that connection of the inner and the outer at your center. The next time you extend the left leg out to hover, let it be your last. Just draw it back in. Once you're there, hug the knees into your chest. Bring your nose to your knees so you're curling up into this little ball. Close the eyes there, maybe rock side to side. Now massaging the spine, letting that decompression happen in the lowest low back that you had super engaged and protected by your core. Take one more deep breath in and out right here. And then just slowly roll the spine back down towards the floor. Keep the feet lifted. and extend the legs up towards the sky. And you can keep a bend in your knees here. And maybe you even bring your hands behind your thighs to help support you when you first get into this. And just rotate the ankles around. Notice again how the whole spine is connected to the earth, but we can stay a little bit softer here. We're not having to engage as much, especially if you have your hands behind your thighs. And just take some deep belly breaths in this gentle inversion. Let go in the shoulders, the jaw, the neck. And then from here, start to bend your knees towards your armpits. Bring your fingers to the outer edges of your feet, so happy baby pose, or hook your peace finger, hook your big toes with your peace fingers. The biggest thing with happy baby is we want to keep the whole spine on the ground. So what will happen is you start to kind of lift up here to compensate. Only come as deeply as you can into it so the whole spine stays connected to the earth. Once you make it here, maybe you stay right here. Or maybe you start to extend one leg at a time. So take a big breath in and exhale, extend maybe the left leg out for this kind of wider opening. Inhale, bend that left knee, and then exhale, maybe you extend the right leg out. Straightening that leg. And inhale, bend. And if you're just staying still, then maybe you rock side to side, right? If not, take this flow with your breath here. Exhaling as you extend the leg and inhaling as you draw it back towards the armpit. Now really isolating this movement in the groin, the inner thighs. Belly is soft, the whole upper body is soft here. And just allow this like a wave to straighten the leg out on that exhale. And then inhale, drawing it back in. And then maybe here, if you want, just extend both legs out. Take a couple of breaths right there, really flexing the feet. And then slowly bringing the legs back up and together, maybe keeping your grip, maybe not. Try and keep the spine fully connected to the ground. So if you have to release your grip to keep the spine connected, feel free to do so. And just pause here. Maybe the arms come back behind you. So this is kind of like a staff pose or Dandasana, but the legs are extended up. So we're super engaged here. Take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, just slowly begin to release the feet down, trying to keep the spine connected to the floor. Keep breathing here as you slowly lower the legs, using all of that engagement of your center. And once the legs release and that arch comes back into the spine, just let everything settle onto the mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the feet fall away from each other. Let the knees and the hips release. Maybe make any adjustments in the body, any little additional movement in the lower body to help facilitate that happening. Let the belly be soft. Feel the breath travel up that beautiful arch in your back, filling the heart space, overflowing, allowing the shoulders, the elbows, and the fingers to melt down and release. Let the head and the neck be heavy. Let the lips separate. The eyes flicker closed as that space between the eyebrows opens up, allowing you to travel fully inward. And soak in the sweetness of your practice. Slowly begin to come back to your breath. Take a slightly deeper inhale, drawing everything up again. Feel that exhale wash over you, cleansing you completely now of the old. As the breath continues to deepen, feel that liveliness traveling all the way up the body, washing over you on the exhale, feeling fully rejuvenated, invigorated from within. Feeling that connection of the stability of the earth, the waves and the cycles in the sky. Maybe you start to invite a little bit of movement here. Just allow that movement to start to travel up and down the arms, maybe into your core again. Maybe the head turns from left and right. There's no wrong way to do this. Just let your body express that fluidity, that freedom that you've released within you. And when you feel ready, start to make your way onto your right side. Take one more deep breath in and out right there before propping yourself into a comfortable seat and either keeping the eyes closed or taking a soft gaze down. Once you're there, take a deep breath in, and when you feel the breath reach wherever the hands are on the body, let it lift them up again, opening up towards the sky, and then on the exhale, bring the hands down to heart center, filling the heart space here. On your next inhale, feel the breath travel up to the heart, and when it does, sweep the arms back out and out. And on the exhale, bring thumbs to third eye or space between the eyebrows. Take a deep breath in and out there, feeling that intuition and wisdom traveling all the way through the body. The next time you inhale, feel the breath travel up to the forehead, lift the arms up. And on the exhale, just bring those prayer hands all the way back down to heart center. Take a deep breath in and out here. Come back to that intention. Feel that freedom and fluidity that is released when you cultivate this connection. This connection of what seems like dualities, but they come together as one. One more deep breath in and out together. Let the exhale fall out of the mouth. It was my honor to guide you. Namaste.